don't do that.
Shut up.
I literally need water. I'm gonna
Turk! There it is. See, this is the sickness. I don't want this to happen. I don't want people going to Diamond Gym and getting injured, but the views, they just keep racking up. Coach Greg, in today's video, we're going to see Lexx Little go to Diamond Gym and create Watergate. I've never seen a crash out as embarrassing as this. You all know my opinion. Diamond Gym is stupid. It's moronic. Grown-ass men shouldn't be going there in order to see if they're a real man, to have Unc give you the stamp of approval. But if you do, hey, it's on you. Case in point, Lexx Little. He decides, I want to show everyone just how tough I really am. I can outwork anyone. I train harder, and I'm 100% natural. And so wait till I go and show you just how much I can do. This was an epic fail.
I gotta read all these bull comments, knowing this whole time that I did double the volume. As Will, as Mike, Chris.
And so to start off the video, he explains, I had to do twice as many reps as Will Tennyson or as the Twins, and so I needed to have a drink of water. Obviously, I think everyone should be able to drink while working out. I think it's stupid that if you can't, but if you sign up for this bullshit, then it's on you. The rules state no water, you cramped up, you drank water, you lose, you fail the challenge.
Alright, cool, you know what? I'm thirsty. That's funny, bro. That's fine. But I'm really having people talk about I didn't go hard in there?
I mean, he went hard. He had hard. He did his best. His best, it just wasn't good enough. That's all.
I wasn't even trying. It's not like I did 2,000 reps after throwing up 10 times in a row.
And by 2,000 reps, he means he unlocked his legs 2,000 times. Every person I've seen go to Diamond Gym, it seems as if they go less and less range of motion. If you go 10% of the range of motion and you do 2,000 reps, you technically only did 200 reps. I have more range of motion doing calf presses, and I'm a 5'6" manlet. I got short little stubby legs, and even I go further than that.
You could have drank 3 gallons of water, 8 electrolyte packets, and ate 10 bananas and a watermelon, and you still wouldn't have made it through this lift.
Would have done it easy. Now, here's the thing, Lexx. You don't do cardio. You lift heavy, perhaps 5 reps. For you, 5 reps is a hard workout. For guys like Coach Greg or people who do triathlons, Ironmans, ultra endurance events, cyclists, this is a Tuesday. It's our easy day. But for you, 200 burpees and 400 push-ups is a lot. You know, I challenge everyone at Diamond Gym to run a marathon. Walk a marathon and then go and do some squats and leg presses and see how you feel. Couple hundred burpees, couple hundred push-ups, doing 1/4 reps. It isn't impressive. This is nothing. It is easy. Oh, but I went to Diamond Gym and I trained so hard for 4 hours. One day in your life. Try locking in for 40 freaking years. I've been lifting weights since I was 10. I did 13 years of triathlons, used to do 20 hours of cardio a week. This is nothing. It's not impressive. You don't get a golden stamp of approval because you trained and locked in for one day. All it's doing is it's making you an idiot. Wait till the person ends up getting rhabdomyolysis or gravely injured. If I were Lexx Little and I were as thirsty as him, I would have said, I'm grabbing a drink. What do you think? They're your boss? Oh, the rules state you can't grab a drink. Until what? You get some cramps and then bro walks in with a Gatorade? I thought Diamond Gym was sponsored by Prime. Oh, but remember, Prime is horrendous for rehydration. It doesn't have enough sodium. But hey, I digress.
I did it while dehydrated, bro. No gear.
I am going hard on Lexx Little, but props to him. He's doing it 100% natural, and you have to respect that. Y'all think that everyone at Diamond Gym is natty? All of them? Every single one. And how many of those burpees and push-ups did Unc do? I I didn't see him do any. Now, Hattie, I do believe he's natural, and I do believe he's training harder than last time. Although his form of training isn't ideal for muscle hypertrophy, there's nothing wrong with training the way that he's doing if he likes it. Hey, that's what floats his boat. But if any of you want to copy these kind of workouts where you're deadlifting, you have a herniated disc, you're not supposed to do deadlifts, you do it anyway. And so if you hire a personal trainer or a coach and you describe to them your limitations and they'd say, I don't give a shit, you do it anyway, then you fire your trainer or coach and you go to someone else. Someone like Coach Greg, who understands human anatomy, physiology, and will design a properly catered program for your needs. Click the link in the description.
Very special guest in the building today. We got Lexx with us. Big salutes to him. Very strong kid. We're going to have a good one.
Definitely very, very strong. But that is the problem of many of these athletes. They only do 1 rep max, 5 rep max. They think they're training hard, but what they're doing is they're lifting heavy. There's a difference between heavy and hard. It's not hard to do a 1 or 5 rep max. You walk up to the bar and you press it. It takes perhaps 10 seconds. This is not hard. Hard is doing something that perhaps takes 5 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. When you do 200 burpees and 400 push-ups and you're not used to it, that is hard for you. A CrossFit athlete, of which many of you make fun of because, oh, they don't do what you're doing. If they showed up to Diamond Gym, they would laugh at the workout. They would say, okay, now that we're done the Diamond Gym workout, when do we really start training?
Jamar, explain the rules, please.
So no sitting down, no water, no jewelry. After every set, you have 35 push-ups.
I'm sorry, but when you enter Diamond Gym, if you fail their rules, you fail the game. I would never in a million years refuse someone to be sitting down between sets or drinking water. This is moronic. It makes no sense. There's no use to it, but hey, if you want to follow their rules, be my guest.
If you stop during your set, you close your eyes during your set, or get on a knee during your push-ups, you got 20 extra push-ups, and no unnecessary conversation while the workout.
You know what I'd rather see as a rule? Full range of motion. When I say 50 reps, you do 50 reps. None of this partial bullshit. What are the other rules? There are none. You can drink when you want. You can sit when you want. You can open your eyes when you do a set. You can close your eyes. I don't care, but you go through the full range of motion. And so everyone impressed with the young gentleman, he's perhaps 13 years of age, he's not doing full range of motion. And so you're saying, oh, even he could keep up. Lexx Little is struggling. He's doing quarter rep push-ups. It's not impressive. I mean, just because he's 13, you're supposed to be impressed with that? This is easy, especially when you're 13. 13-year-old kids in gym class, they could do this all day. You guys are so used to kids playing video games all day, not actually being athletes, that you think it's impressive for a kid to do quarter push-ups and doing a bunch of burpees.
Stand up, I might gag already.
You good, bro? Stand up. Come on. Let's go downstairs. Be all right.
Obviously, Lexx is tired, but remember, he doesn't do cardio. Like, when's the last time that Lexx went for a 60-kilometer bike ride? I mean, I went for 100 kilometers yesterday. And so when you don't do cardio and you're asked to do something that involves cardio, it's obviously going to be hard. To the same extent, you asked a marathon runner to go and squat 450 pounds like Lexx can, he's not going to do it. Hey, up next, you have to bench press 400 pounds. I can't even bench press 400 pounds. I used to when I was younger. I can't do it right now. And so if I'm asked to do a 400 pound bench press and a 500 pound squat, I'm going to say I can't do that. They're going to say, no, you have to. It's Diamond Gym. Sorry, I can't lift that weight. Oh, well, you're not a man. All right, fine. Identify as being a female then, because I can't lift that. Stop giving a shit about what other people think of you. And so if you're really strong, but you don't have any cardio and they want you to do 200 reps of a leg press and you know you can't do it, just try your best. Do full range of motion and stop at 30 and say, well, I got to 30, I can't do anymore.
I got so much respect for you, bro. You are a fucking animal. I don't give a fuck if you stop now. You different, bro.
He's not different, he's trained. There's a difference between genetically born superior and somebody who practices progressive overload. If you do burpees and push-ups all the time, you get used to it, you do the cardio, it becomes easy for you. For me to go out and run a marathon, that would be difficult because I don't run. When I was younger and used to run, that would be a Tuesday. It's all what you train for.
You said 50? 50.
Let's check out his first set of weights here. 50 leg extensions. How many of you think that any of those were good reps? If you were a personal trainer and you had a client walk in and you said, hey, I want to see your leg extension and did this, what would you say? You're not encouraging any form of growth here. You're just saying, hey, we'll do 50 reps. Why not just say 500 reps and just go like this? Just hover a little bit. Shake. This is ridiculous.
You have to do this inhaler.
Finish those.
And then let's do some incline push-ups. And so if you want to make push-ups really easy, when I was teaching, for example, kids in grade primary, the ones who couldn't do real push-ups, we'd either have them go on their knees, or if they were morbidly obese, they would stand against a wall. So when you're standing like this and you push against a wall, you do this. It's very easy. When you're horizontal and you have to push up off the floor, it's more difficult. Lexx Little is doing push-ups on an incline. Is the lower body moving a whole lot? No, the upper body is swaying up and down. Why would we want to actually do a push-up? And so let's do 35 push-ups between every single set. Why not just do 5 actual push-ups? If you want to cheat them, you're not cheating me. You're cheating yourself. You really think that I have to have somebody count my reps, watch my form, decide if I went hard enough? I do that. I decide if I push myself to my limits. I don't need to prove it to anyone, myself.
Good.
Turk! Lexx wanted to prove that he's a man to get the approval from Unc, which means nothing. He only needs the approval from himself, but you can see. He starts the video with excuses. Who are you trying to convince? Me? The viewers? Or yourself? He did a bunch of quarter reps and then was proud of himself. But for what?
Told you not much talking. I want to. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble though.
Why would you want an athlete to drink water? You know, it's only something required. It's important. We don't want anyone to get medically injured, have to go to the hospital, but why would we let them? Had he have picked up some Perry-Lite from Coach Greg, HGLT supplements, and consumed this before the gym, you know, drank some water before, some electrolytes, ensured that he was properly hydrated before he showed up to said competition, said event, would he have not have been a little bit better? Before I do a bike race, you don't think that I properly hydrate myself with the electrolytes, the minerals? You don't think I'm consuming the Perry-Lite? I know what I'm doing. And during the ride, I continue to hydrate so that I don't end up all cramped up and end up having to go to the hospital.
Third. Oh! Come on!
Not sure what happens with guys working out, watching other guys just screaming loud noises. Hey, hey, whoa, ho, hey. Why are we warming up with partial reps? Why not do actual leg presses? I mean, he looks like he's warming up for a bike race. I have more range of motion on my bicycle pedaling than I'm seeing on this leg press.
Good.
Can we not change the rules to like you're allowed to close your eyes, but you're not allowed to yell out like this? What is the point? Cooked myself so hard not cheating the 200 leg press reps. Because I didn't cheat on the leg press, now I can't do the deadlifts or squats effectively. Who's going to tell him? He did in fact cheat the leg press. Those were not 200 quality reps. I mean, let's just pretend that it was a set of 10. Take any 10 reps during that leg press. Were those legit? They were not. And so we're really early on. He's failing on the squat. He can't do it. He's making up a lot of excuses. You don't need to make excuses. You just say, look, my physiology wasn't good for that. I didn't do enough cardio preparation for this. I thought it would be easy, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't complete the reps. I gave it my all, and that was it. You don't need to make excuses. Nobody cares. You did your best. Your best it just sucked. It's because he's relying on his cardio 200 reps on the leg press, even though they weren't legit. It still taxed his cardiovascular system. He had built up some lactic acid and he wasn't able to get rid of it. And so, of course, it's hard. But it's meant to be hard. That's the whole point of Diamond Gym, is they want to push you to the point where you're failing. They're trying to get you beyond what you mentally think you're capable of. And so if it was easy and you went and said, hey, I conquered Diamond Gym, it was easy because I'm so fit, it would only mean they didn't push you hard enough. And so, for example, if I had to go to this gym, instead of saying 200 burpees and 400 push-ups, they might say it's 500 burpees and 1,000 push-ups. Eventually, no matter how good you are, you're going to be wrecked. I would say, hey, I'm doing full range of motion. I can't do 200. Maybe they say, hey, those full range, you only have to do 60. Be like, but I can't do 60. Well, that's the point. You pick a number that you cannot do. This is the point, and the point is to fail. And so by failing, you kind of actually win.
Stop, say that. Don't say that.
I can say that. I can't.
Stop, honey!
I'm hearing a lot of I can't, and I believe Diamond Jim is saying, no, it's not that you can't, it's that you won't. What did we just witness here? No.
I literally need water, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, I deadass need a sip.
Cut the camera off.
So go get a drink of water. I mean, they're not stopping you. I don't see them physically preventing you from doing this. They're encouraging you not to drink it because they're trying to push you to their limit, and that's what they do. Now, I'm not for this. I don't agree with this, but you agreed to do it. And so you can't fault Diamond Gym for doing what they told you they were going to do in advance.
Like this. If you was in the desert, to get home was a mile away. You going back for water, you going to walk till you pass out.
So he hasn't passed out. I mean, he just said, if you were in the desert and the drinking water was a mile away, would you just stop right now and die? Or would you not keep walking until you get to that water? And so we haven't seen you die yet.
Thank you. You gotta get up. Hey, you're not even doing that right now. Stand up.
Pretty sure laying down on the floor counts as sitting. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to drink water. I'm not sure if you're allowed to pee or not. I would say you shouldn't be allowed. You should have to piss yourself, because this is what makes you a real man. Not drinking water, pissing yourself, throwing up. This is what makes you a better man.
No, I don't give a fuck if people call me a pussy. I literally need water. I don't give a fuck.
So the Watergate files, they go hard. I mean, he's dehydration maxing. Perhaps he's like Eddie Hall.
Just constantly dehydrated.
We're gonna do to make sure you're good. We'll finish that first.
I'm not sure. He may, in fact, stand up and pass out. I mean, but then he would be doing what Diamond Jim wants him to do. They want him to go so hard that he literally could die. That is the whole point. And so we may have found the least fit person to ever attend Diamond Gym. I'm not talking about the weakest. I'm talking about the least fit, cardiovascular wise. He just has nothing in him. I mean, perhaps he had a virus, he had a flu before going this, perhaps he ate the wrong types of foods, but this is not good. And if this should ever happen to you, you don't keep going, you stop, you rehydrate, you perhaps go to the hospital. You don't just keep training. That doesn't make you a real man. A real man doesn't do stupid shit. Does that make sense?
Look at every person in this room outworking the fuck out of me. And I thought I was a hard worker.
So what does that tell you? If you're in a room where every single man is outworking you, does that mean that, they're all just freaks? Or are you just maybe below average?
Why is my calf cramping so fucking bad? What the fuck? I can see it through my leggings.
He's never cramped up in his calves, ever. How many of you have ever had calf cramps before? This week?
Yeah. Go dark. Do what you gotta do. Give me.
And up next, assisted partial leg presses. Because now that the weight's heavier and we're already doing partial reps, we need to have our arms to assist us. Because what a great exercise that is.
I promised my fiance I wouldn't do nothing to get myself hurt. And I'm gonna keep that shit. Because I got a herniated disc in my...
And so he's saying, yeah, I was told I wouldn't have to do any of these deadlifts. I have an injured back. What's next? Let's do some deadlifts with an injured back. Imagine if he really injures himself. Like, I have an injured back. There's no way you could shame me into doing this shit. If you know you're potentially injured, for example, how did it work out for Will Tennyson after going to Diamond Gym? Did he not recently hurt his back doing warm-up sets of squats? And so sometimes you can do something and it predisposes you for injuries for the rest of your life. And so is it really worth it to be at Diamond Gym, to push yourself, get injured, and for the rest of your life, you're never going to be the same?
I can't deadlift. I'm down to do anything else. You said, all right. Now look at me doing the
Kirk!
I don't make the rules around here, brother. I just follow.
Unk is in the back. He's hearing this, but yet he's still doing the deadlifts. Does he care about his health, his future? No. The reputation of Diamond Gym, it matters more. Find out how big of a man you are by doing contraindicative exercises.
Lift his leg up and punch him in the calf muscle.
No, don't do that.
Shut up. Punch him in the calf muscle. Punch him again in the calf muscle. Just keep punching it.
You know, that's the solution when you get a calf cramp, is to punch the muscle. You want to stretch your calf, rub on your calf. Punching it, it's not the most ideal method to get rid of the cramp. You also want some sodium, you want some electrolytes, you want some fluid. And so if you don't want this to happen in the first place, why not just drink the water? Like, does that not make any sense? And so why take it to this point? Is this really ideal? And so someone has some sense, they come and give him some Gatorade. They're thinking, you know, like, what if he dies and there's a lawsuit and Lex's fiance is like, you know, I mean, this would be so tragic. It would be so sad that he would actually die or get rhabdomyolysis, be taken to hospital, perhaps be affected for the rest of his life. But like, it would make for a really cool video though, right? See, this is the sickness. I don't want this to happen. I don't want people going to Diamond Gym and getting injured, but the views, they just keep racking up. As thirsty as he was, would you take one little sip? I mean, he's cramping up, he's thirsty, he needs some sodium, needs some electrolytes. I mean, what he really needs is some Perrylite, but hey, they don't have that at that gym. How did he not down that in 3 sips? And so notice now how hard he can train, now that he had a little bit of water. And so, can you see the importance of being hydrated? He went from hardly being able to do anything to now he's lifting 3 plates, 4 plates. He's stronger than last time.
I don't have any excuse. I take back saying, if it was harder for me, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just kind of upset at myself.
And so he's upset with himself. He's trying. Why be upset with yourself? As hard as you can go is as hard as you can go. If you were actually capable of doing everything, that would just mean they didn't push you hard enough. The whole point is for you to fail. Perhaps you don't know this. You're disappointed that you failed, but they wanted you to fail. Failing is the whole point, to find out what your limits actually are.
I don't get how the Trendmans can wear whatever the fuck they want.
They didn't wear them shit.
So one other problem is comparison is the thief. He's asking how the Trend twins did. He's comparing himself to Will Tennyson, the other athletes who have gone to this gym. But why are you comparing? It's you against you. It's not you against other people. Stop comparing.
I can't believe how fucking strong and cardiovascular. I thought I was a hard worker. Everybody in here is, y'all surpassed the fuck out of me.
So there it is. He can't believe the cardiovascular endurance of the people training in this gym. He thought he was an amazing athlete. He is one. It's just he's really good at lifting heavy weights. These guys have good endurance. It's 2 different sports. 2 different animals.
Mike and Chris had knee sleeves, all this shit. No hate to them, my boys. But I'm natty. They took super draw before the lift.
Unfortunately, Lexx Little, who's 100% natural, he still hasn't come to terms with realizing that Turk Builder Max, as well as Geo2 Max, would have him improving harder than last time. Most likely wouldn't have gotten those cramps. He would have gotten through those reps. He would have been saying, how many more burpees can I do? But he hasn't discovered it yet. And so perhaps one day in the future, he will try out HGLT supplements, realize that they're the best supplements in the industry, but he is in fact sponsored by Gorilla Mind. They had the fake Turk, you know, it wasn't actually a Juga Turkistanica, have the third-party testing, the proof. Let's see him in court. No one dares to sue me because I have the proof. But if you don't want to get scammed by a scheme, get your Turk from Coach Greg and HGLT Supplements. Code Greg, 15% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Let me remind you to go to AlgoRx, get your blood work taken, see if you're healthy. Do you in fact need enclomiphene? Do you need peptides? What exactly do you need? Remember, they're much cheaper than companies like Merrick Health. It's doctor prescribed. It's pharmaceutical. It's from compounding pharmacies. It's not some sketchy research chemical site. This is what you need to know. And so you go to Algorex if you actually care about your health. Don't forget to watch any of those 2 bloops. For coaching plans, click the link. To get any of my supplements into your stores and or gym, click the link. And if you're interested in being a sponsored HDLT athlete, click the link. And until next time, I am out.